from distinguished and ideological leaders of the 30th Central Committee and the committee will ever put in Vanguard Swim Party. So, let me recognize the presence of leaders. Let me recognize all ideological and distinguished leaders of the 30th Central Committee and Politburo ever put in Vanguard Student Education Party. So, let me also recognize the most powerful men on the campuses of the University of Liberia, cadre leader, cadre teacher James Alexander Momo Peters. Let me also recognize distinguished and ideological progressive journalists who have come to cover this historic and revolutionary occasion. When you are a student of history and you have had an opportunity to flip through the pages and writings of history, it is often said reactionary tendency, rational tendency, moral institution. When young brothers who are completely clueless and ignorant about the suffering and decadence of our people want to catapult and suddenly fight into the historic state of the University of Liberia, melting in the cadres of Savannah declared.
Member of the National Respondent Defense Team.
Yeah, you are back to your roots.
Yes, thank you very much. Well, let me really say this way. Some of all who were with the opposition who supported the loan. But the 419 activity in the opposition, they do the same thing that the government doing, but they will pretend to people that they love them so much. At the end of the day, they are doing the worst thing. They kept okay, they lay their bucket. All of them, someone that went United States with the Texas.
Get bring her to go see to the main store.
Oh, so the man wanted for you to go steal on the web post store.
Yeah, he said I'm joining to go see to the web main store to they get money into the store. They will go take it from there. I said, my man, I only buy for the same lecture.
Then how can the people catch you now?
The people. Before the man called me back, now on the 18th, they more.
The same man now?
Yeah, the same man.
The same man who want for you to go steal?
Yeah, he called me on the 18th.
Yeah.
Now in the around about 8:30, the man called me. He said, oh, my man, I'll let you be there and call you back again.
So that time you go to work?
I go to work.
You leave for your working place, you come to the man?
Yeah, I'm from to my working area to car, to now go to the man.
To go steal now?
No, I'm not go steal. And I go Steve. I go to yeah. How you question me? The thing you want for me to explain for you to understand, then you still questioning me, doubling the question. How many talk clear?
I beg you, sorry.
I say
when I call you in the night.
When a man call me in the night, he asked me, say, how many of you are working to the area? I say we are 3.
You told the message you're 3.
Yeah. So he said, I want to give you tea to carry to
the message. You want to give you what?
Tea. Have milk tea.
Oh, milk tea.
Yeah.
For you to drink
with bread.
The bread.
3 pieces of fruit bread.
With egg inside.
With egg inside my butter. So when I carry it to the man, say carry it to the man. When you give it to the man, then you must come back to the car.
So the fool make you now carry now so you can go convince your friend now.
Yeah. When I give it to the man say thank you. I say okay. The man say, oh, where you going now? I say, oh, I'm going right car. So one of my friends called me.
Yeah, the same man you going to now.
Yeah, the same man.
The man say he want for you to go steal.
No, yeah. So when I go to the man, he say clean the car. Then there are 2 now.
In
the Jeep. Then there are 2.
A big Jeep.
Yeah.
That one.
Black BG, photo G.
Photo G.
Yeah. So when I clean the car now,
Air condition all inside.
no, Papa, you can't wait for me to spin. I'll leave the water now. You can judge people.
I just asking you a question, sorry.
You can judge people like you can here.
No, I'm a journalist. I beg you, sorry.
The way you double in the question, you say when I move from here, I'll free. You say when I move from here, I'll free. You said one talk again. I wanted to make a whole talk clear to you, but you double in the question. Hi, not looking, hi, you looking, hi, looking. Then you want force another more word there again. Why not be looking to the top? I'm not going to talk again. And said they call me to the office of OSP.
It's a great day in Monrovia, folks. A sunny day. And today happens to be the 22nd day of March. The year remains AD 2023. What a pleasant way to welcome you to another edition of Hard Talk on ABC Radio 105.1. We are the official voice of Atlantic Broadcasting Corporation. We're beaming live and direct from the corner of Brown Buchanan Streets, downtown Monrovia. Good afternoon to all of you who are joining us at the moment. Welcome to the Hard Talk. My name is Theophilus. My co-pilot is just right by my side this afternoon. John Lee will serve you between 9 to 6 with all of those interesting developments of the day. And so please invite a friend to listen, because today's edition of the program promises to be great. It promises to be interactive and, of course, entertaining. We'll go for our wise words of the day very shortly. We'll do a bit of studio chat. Then we'll have Mr. Hassan Newland joining us on the first segment of the show. Hassan Newland is the Secretary General of the CDC Youth League. We'll talk exclusively activities surrounding the Youth League as far as the voter registration process is on or concerned. We'll take a break at 5. At 5:05, we'll have Mr. Ashi Sana joining us. Ashi is an aspirant of District number 6. We'll talk about the All right, Achi is an aspirant in District 16. Just to correct that for you. We'll be talking about the pension bill for lawmakers. We'll talk about his readiness to take on the seat of District 16. A couple of other issues on the show this wonderful afternoon in Monrovia. So good afternoon from just wherever you are joining us, whatever you're doing. Welcome. This is ABC Radio 105.1. This is the Hard Talk. Once again, I'm Theo Williams. My colleague is Anthony Jiffan. Jiffan, good afternoon. Welcome. How are you today?
Well, Theo, I'm okay. It's a great day, a great time. Yes, I'm good. As a matter of fact, just concluding an intensive 3 days election reporting training with Internews.
Wow, that's great.
Yes.
Wow. All right. What do we have on the plate as our wise word for today, Anthony?
Well, our wise was today. It says, well, let me run through this quick. It says, you are never as struck as you think you are. You are never as struck. That's STRU. That's struck. Sorry, you are never as struck as you think you are.
All right.
You are never as struck as you think you are. And so many a time, but the stock there to correct that the stock is STUCK. You know, many a times some people feel broken.
You are never as stuck as you think you are.
Yeah, many a times some people feel broken. They feel all is lost, and they feel that they cannot move ahead any longer. But
and there are times when you feel you really jam or you really in need, and there are others who are actually in need more than you.
Of course, yes.
When you think you're suffering,
no, somebody suffering
more than you.
There was a man who only had a banana to eat. He said, "I'm climbing the tree one, I just hang myself." Why? He had clothes on. Why he was peeling the banana, prepare his rope. Another man was honoring. Say when you peel it, they drop the peeling back and take it. And that man was naked.
Wow.
And so when you peel it, when the first peeling dropped, you saw the man took it naked and eating it. He said, "No, but I'm okay." So he got his motivation, the inspiration from that immediately. He moved on.
Great. And so our second or alternative wise word of the day is
Mekento.
Yeah, I mean that's trending across social media, Anthony. I don't know how that came about.
I mean, I know.
I beg you, yeah. We're sitting here, you don't even know what's going on. All right, folks. That is just to make you feel a part of the broadcast this afternoon. And so, welcome once again to the Hard Talk on ABC Radio 105.1. We are striving for peace and harmony. Very shortly, our guest will be ushered in. He's Mr. Hassan Newland. Newland is the Secretary General of the CDC Youth League.
The ruling coalition.
Yeah, the ruling coalition. Yes. Okay. Hassan will join us. And so, those of you out there monitoring us, please usher in our guest so that we'll begin the conversation on today. Anthony, something came out on social media minutes ago about a bit of violence in District 10. I don't know whether you saw that, and did you get any detail on that?
Well, not really detail. I was also hearing that from among reporters here, and that there was tension breeding in District 10. For what we still making strides to follow up, ascertain as to what is going on, what is the reason of the tension.
I was watching the video and I saw a huge presence of police officers in District 10. But like you said, we will follow up on the story, probably before news time, and hope to have that in our newscast on today. And so, Hard Talk.
And so, if you're out there, and well, anyway, let's say Smith, please usher in our guest. We are already in his space and ready for him.
Yes, it's already 4:15.
Yes. Okay. So, yes. So, Hassan will join us shortly. Hassan Newland, I'm told, is the Secretary General of the CDC Youth League. He's a tough-talking young man, as a matter of fact. We're going to look at varieties of issues ranging from his political party, the Coalition for Democratic Change. We'll also touch on other national issues. Voter registration has just started. Maybe Hassan will talk to us. Will talk to us on what is it doing? What is the Youth League doing in ensuring that because I know most of the first-time voters fall directly under the Youth League, they, I'm sure, supervising that aspect, as I'm going to talk about that too. So if you following us, leave your comment along the way. We're going to read it out here for you, our social media followers.
Yes,
if you
are
are
live on Facebook,
you are in the diaspora, download the Radio King app from App Store or Google Play Store, and then you will certainly follow ABC Radio. Just log in, search for ABC Radio 105.1 official, then you'll be live.
Great. Having said that, let's go over to our guest who is already seated. And Mr. Hassan Newland is already in our studio. Hassan, it's a pleasure. Good to have you. Thanks for joining us this afternoon.
Let me say thank you. The last time I sat with you in the studio, it was not in this very premises. I want to thank the the Alante Broadcasting radio system for making improvements. I think that you are in a very beautiful studio. Personally, I want to congratulate you for the job you are doing. Your job is a very difficult job. For us in the center of the politics, we communicate differently from the journalists. The journalists are the watchdogs of our society. And I think you guys are doing a very great job in enlightening our people and providing them direction as this country moves brilliantly into development.
Great. And having said that, let's know from you, how is the CDC Youth League?
Well, thank you very much. The Revolutionary National Youth League of the Mighty Coalition for Democratic Change is the biggest mass-based political institution, youth political institution you can find anywhere on our continent. The Youth League, as you may be aware, went to a convention last November, and we elected democratically a new group of officers. Our new chairperson, the new arrowhead of the Revolutionary National Youth League, the man who directs the political affairs of our Youth League, is now Honorable Emmanuel Augustino Nito Johnson. He now spearheads the Youth League. And I must say to you, Theo, before we transitioned as a Youth League from the leadership of former Chairman Jefferson Tamakoji to now Chairman Augustino Emmanuel Moba Johnson, there were a lot of talks in the air. Oh, the Youth League will never be what it is. The Youth League will lose that taste. But look, I can assure you that a group of men steering the activities of the Youth League right now are the finest group of collection of young people you can find in CDC. And the Youth League will be more robust. We will take on national issues. As a matter of fact, we are very involved with politics. And in the coming weeks or the coming months, you will see that this Youth League is even more robust than the Youth League that served on a revolutionary cadre leader Jefferson Tamakoji.
Just before we continue, where did you get that inspiration?
Yeah, that extra exuberance.
Yes.
You mean extra exuberance to do what?
That make your team the most robust team as compared to that of City Mayor Jefferson Code.
Look, you have to be self-inspired. The work we do is not a work where you go and just find inspiration from the street. First of all, if you look at our pedigree as youth and student political leaders, almost every member of the National Executive Committee of the Revolutionary National Youth League of the Mighty Coalition for Democratic Change comes from a rich history of student politics, from high school to university to community politics, from the quizzing bench, from the debate bench. All of us managed to find a way somehow to grow in the political sphere. So we are already modeled, we are already prepared to champion the young people cause in the Mighty Coalition for Democratic Change. So we are self-inspired already. Besides, we sat under the tutelage of Liberia's foremost and finest young political material in Mayor Jefferson Tamakoji. We sat under his leadership, and in fact, we're transitioning in. We learn from his leadership. We're transitioning what we learn, but more to that, we are adding our own leadership impetus. We bring something very new administratively. We bring something very new revolutionarily. And so we are inspired by ourselves, but we are inspired by the leadership provided to us by the former chairperson. And I can tell you, this new chairperson, Emmanuel Moba Johnson, is leading robustly. He is taking to the young people in different communities, in different districts, in zones and cells, taking the message of the Congress of Democratic Change to the young people, and why he's explaining to different communities why this election must be won on the first ballot.
I was just about to ask you that. How involved is the CDC Youth League as far as the voter registration process is ongoing or is concerned? How involved are you people?
Theo, let me say this firstly before I talk about our involvement. It will interest you to know that the only political party Youth League that was in the streets on the first day of the voter registration was the Revolutionary National Youth League of the Mighty Coalition for Democratic Change. You can take that out for the argument.
So you are aware that your team was out on the first day.
We are
on the other hand, Hassan, let's correct this.
Yeah,
on the other hand, you did not visit everywhere. You did not go to other political parties to know whether
So it's other political parties' issue to come and challenge the information I'm providing. But as far as I know, the only youth league that were present in the streets of Monrovia on the first day of voter registration of the Revolutionary National Youth League of the Coalition for Democratic Change. Our team, led by our dynamic chairperson, visited over five districts, beginning with district number 15. And the message we were propagating to our people was that if you don't register to vote, you don't have a right to participate in the upcoming process. The chairperson visited our districts, our zones, our cells. He inspired our young people to go and get a voter's card. He told the young people of the CDC and of the Republic of Liberia, because you are a Liberian first before you join a political party, that these elections are crucial. That we stood up in 2017 to reshape the destiny of our country. And that this destiny is now being challenged by people who are in power in this country for 12 years. And on their way out of power had nothing to show. So they are coming again to challenge us. We know how the CDC has lost election in this country. So if you, young person belonging to the Coalition for Democratic Change, don't go to register to vote, what we did, they shaped the destiny of Liberia that we fine-tune Liberia into in 2017 will get challenged.
Is that the message?
You may not have the right.
Is that the message you're taking?
The message that go out there, register to vote, get ready to defend what the CDC acquired in 2017 elections. That's the message. For us, we are citizens. We talk to citizens. We talk CDC. We are not some United Nation. We're not United Nation. We are CDC. So when we talk politics. We inspire our people to go to vote. That's what we do.
The other day we had the Secretary General of the Unity Party National Youth Congress here, and he said similar thing. And he also said that they've embarked on a process where they're also helping at various registration sites. I mean, helping to do online registration. Are you also involved with that?
Well. Firstly, I hope so. I know my friends on the other side are very lazy.
I'm talking about Ivan Stuku.
I hope so. I know Ivan's very well. Ivan's my colleague from the other political party. I know him very well. Look, I hope so. I can also inform you that the laziest political people you can find in the country belongs to the United Party. That's all for the argument. I'm not sure about what you're saying to you, but I can tell you that right now, the CDC is set up in a way that we are aiding the registration process, either by outreach or by communicating to our people. We are aiding it. Our folks are present and monitoring various registration sites where there are older people who cannot even make it to work. We are providing them the assistance to at least walk them and get. Look, I encountered one of my CDC colleagues yesterday when we went to monitor in district number 5. He was telling me, he said, SG, we have an issue. There's a difference between able-bodied people who can go to get registered to vote as compared to people who cannot even walk. Say, for example, a man is 65. All right? He will struggle to stay on the line where you have 35, 40 years old young people. So you have that kind of man needs some kind of assistance. Look, even the banks, soldier people, police people, older people, they are given special preferences. I don't know whether the National Election, I don't think the National Election Commission made provisions for those kind of people. So the CDC has made provision for those kind of people. The provision is that we'll be present to ensure that those people get registered to vote. Look, I have a situation where in some guy, because he's saying motorbike man, not serial man, so they're preventing him from standing in the line as compared to regular people who are not motorbike drivers. Let me tell you something in this country. Every motorbike rider is believed to be a citizen. But a Liberian is a Liberian. And once you are 18 years and above, you are entitled to the right.
You think that's his general perception?
That's a general perception. That's not what I think. That's what I know. That's a general perception. You're not supposed to be a correct person in society. You are a citizen. In fact, you are not educated. Okay, yeah, we will educate you. Like, oh, yeah.
That is what you think, Hassan.
No, that's a general perception out there in the street. And so let me tell you, we will protect our people. Our people will go out to the various via our sites. They will get registered. And in this election, our people will participate. And trust me, the results will not be a citizen result.
As per your engagements out there, your outreach and strategies being applied out there, what has been the reception? What are you getting?
So if you want to refer to our reception, refer to February 4th. The human tsunami.
He's asking about your presence out there.
I'm going to the history of the CDC when it comes to acceptance. First of all, come to the voter registration issue. Going back to February 4th, Monso rather resounded that our arms are open that our political party remains the Congress of Democratic Change. Coming to the voter registration process, they see what you're seeing rolling across Monserrado County. The way that talk about Monserrado, every nooks and corner across the country, Nimba became blue, Lofa became blue, everywhere became blue.
Hassan,
these are the same people.
Hassan,
these are the same people that are going to register in these rural counties.
They
are getting ready for a one-round victory in October.
Putting our huge number of people, maybe for a political rally where you have different kind of performances and other things, is different from converting those individuals out there to vote.
So, colleague, you need to wait until you see whether we cannot convert what we take into vote.
Okay.
Until that time reaches, the CDC remains very formidable. We are the leading political party in Monserrado County. We proved that in the
there were allegations that those who turned out on that day were paid or higher.
So okay, our people supported. Let's say the paying. Our people supported us. Okay, free t-shirts. Okay, let's take it for the conversation. The people who supported us from 2005 to 2017 were all paid. When you pay them to go for rally, what didn't wrong? Guess who paid them?
Say that again.
The people been supporting from 2005 all the way to now. We're not getting fasting. All they've been leaning on is belief in the leadership tenacity of George Weah. So okay, we pay them. So we pay them all right.
Okay, so you agree you agree that they've been supporting the CDC, believing that President George Weah is a savior or would have been a savior for Liberia.
He has been a savior.
Hello, Hassan. Hassan, wait, please. You wouldn't ask for me. So, believing that President George Weah will have been the savior for them because they have been supporting him freely, voting for him. At this time, it is time now that the president pay back, maybe print, because listen, we listen to a few persons talking about, well, we were printing our own t-shirt yesterday, and now when the people can print t-shirt for us, what does it mean? It means that they try to pay us back. Is it true that maybe they are gathering, like Theo is saying, there were allegations that they were paid? Is it true that you were paying them back for what
those who have allegations, let them have it. Look, when you put over 800,000 persons on the street across the country, and somebody say you pay each of them $20, come here, I mean, like the whole national budget even using. People can't be serious here. So let me tell you this: the CDC is not going to shy away from providing or support us assistance when we are doing our political rallies. When we are able to transport our people from their different locales to come to rallies, we will transport them. If it may you first transport your people, you don't gonna be hiding from critics. We don't hide. You'll be on your side, we'll be on our side. We go to the election in 2023.
So the CDC gave transportation.
Look.
For people to attend that particular rally.
The issue of distributing money is an allegation that anybody can go and say.
But you gave transportation.
That's an allegation.
You gave transportation.
It will live in allegation.
To convey your.
What I'm saying to you.
Hassan, hello.
What I'm saying to
Hassan,
you.
if you give transportation.
No, let me say this to you. Let me say this to you.
To that particular rally.
I'm going to say this to you. I'm going to reiterate this. Exactly what I said. In cases where we are provide buses and transportation facilities for our people to come to rallies, we will do it. That's a straight talk.
So was that the case on federal reform?
This is the case. There are auxiliaries, massive auxiliaries in the cities, more than 200, 300. But didn't see the way for human being walking, coming from Sinko, from across country to Central Monrovia, that pay can be able to walk? That's an allegation. That's cheap propaganda. But I'm responding to the propaganda by saying to you that in the case where we as a political party can afford to transport our supporters from wherever they are to come to our rallies,
you would do
not charge for it.
How prepares the CDC as we approach the elections in October, Hassan?
Look, if the election was tomorrow morning, the CDC is already ready. If the election was even tomorrow morning, the CDC is already ready. Let me tell you why we are ready. We took power in 2017 on the back of producing quality leadership that can be proven by tangibles. And the tangibles are everywhere. To say that they paying the road carrying to Zoso and to Fonchema and Danala, nobody in the country can tell me say that Danala, that true. To say that the president is constructing markets across the country for market women that were sleeping under the rain, Danala, that true. To say that the road from ELB Junction, the construction from ELB Junction all the way to RI construction is going on.
There are concerns about basic social services.
So why you got business? Road business
the economy.
So road business social service.
Economy.
Hospitals are being constructed. That's business social service.
The economy.
When you declare the University of Liberia,
Jobs creation.
I'm coming. When you declare the University of Liberia tuition free, you understand? In all public universities in the country, that basic social service, we are responding to the
job creation as well.
So what I can say to you is that job may not be provided for the 4.5 million people right away, or the 5.2 million people right away, but the economic conditions that lead to massive job creation. I mean, what do you call? We reduce inflation. Inflation was almost 30%. The president, under his leadership, reduced inflation to 9%. So the economic condition leading to the creation of jobs is ongoing. Recently, in his presidential address, the president said low-income earners who got affected by economic conditions since the past 4 years, we should put $6 million in the budget to increase the salary. So this president is caring for the need of the people.
So that's one
so
thing.
Even those people that are working.
Yeah, let go like this, Hassan.
Go ahead.
Let's go like this. So those of you who are in the various political parties, who might be in the front line, I'm talking about in defense of your political party for state power. You have a lot of questions to answer. You have brought one of the questions about.
Please go ahead.
This is the issue. There have been many critics or criticisms about the 6 million for 15,000 civil servants in how many years? In 12 months, that is 1 year. The president said the legislature during the last State of the Nation address asked the legislature to put into the budget 6 million for 15,000 civil servants in 1 year. So you're going to divide that by 12. Many persons believe that money, because there were protests.
Too much.
There were protests that people were even making less than $100 at various ministries and agencies. Would you want to divide that? You are one of those who will be in the front line campaigning, convincing people for President George Weah. You want to divide that by 15 and divide that by 12 and give all the figure whether that is realistic on the part of the president.
Okay, so let me say this to you.
You don't dodge that question.
Before this amount was even designed, I'm not going to run over from the question. Before this amount of money, before we reached the point where the president said I understand that amount is 6 million. The economists in the background have reviewed how many civil servants were available for salary increment. The economics of that amount has already been done. So to say it's not realistic, I don't understand where.
No, I'm asking you whether it is realistic on the part of the president.
When the president has been advised by economists in the background, that's a realistic figure.
Okay.
It's a realistic figure because it may not necessarily be the president's job to go and do the math. But that would have the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning. That would have the Civil Service Agency. That would have the Ministry of Finance. They have the Central Bank of Liberia. So this amount is realistic because the economist whose job it is has done his job and informed the presidency. So that amount will cover our people. So that answers your question. But the real issue here is Liberia is a better country now as compared to the country we were in 2017. Where we were a challenged country economically speaking. We're a challenged country with a lot of issues in 2019. Theo, I started with you in 2019.
So,
Theo, I come with this one. You gotta let me say this one. In 2019, we were going to the 2020 senatorial election. I sat with you. And you were challenging me in the studio. You did not predict the election result. But I knew that the country was faced with a lot of issues.
Okay.
And going to that meeting election was going to be very challenging.
Yeah, you alluded to that.
Yeah. No gas to total. 3 months ago, Silver Serena TP. 16 billion all over the place. You go to the bank, no money in the bank, you withdraw from your own account. There were multiple issues. Prices of commodities was skyrocketing. We have inflation almost at 32%. Are these issues still the issues on the table? No.
You think it's better now?
But are there still issues?
There will always be issues. Show me one country that does not have an issue.
You think the pro-boy
people protesting now in France?
You think the pro-boy
do you know that?
You think the pro-boy
I think the pro-boy agenda has delivered.
All right.
I think we are a better country. The crisis that we had in 2019.
You think Liberians are no longer spectators in our own economy, as in the words of President Weah?
Well, we're going to have some challenges across the governance issue.
Are Liberians no longer spectators
we're going to have
their economy?
My friend, you're not asking a robot. You're asking a human being. So you have to let me answer the question like a human being. There's not a robot issue.
Go ahead.
I'm telling you
You're protected.
that we are a better country compared to the time I sat with you, Theo.
All right.
The issues that propel Darius DeLone to the Senate are not the issues now.
All right.
And as we go to 2023, comrade, the debate, the momentum has shifted. The debate has shifted. And trust me, the Liberian people, they listen, they can see. That is the reason why
of the CDC as we approach the election. You are not
I was just speaking to you about the faith. The issues that we are
you think
supposed
it's
to
gonna be
deliver
one
on.
round? You think it's going to be one round?
Look, the people will vote for you on the back of issues, on the back of the services you deliver over the period. That's why they can rate the government.
Okay.
This government has delivered the services. And in 2023, on October 10th, just watch a story. We're not going to a second round election where anybody will beat them on the first ballot. Trust me.
You're on record for that.
Oh, please keep me on record. Please keep me on record.
You issued a strong press statement the other day involving concerning the incident that took place at the home of the former Chief Justice, Councillor Gloria Musu-Scott.
Yeah.
Where are you now with that statement you issued, where you call on the Justice Minister and all the relevant authorities to take siege of the matter?
Oh, yeah. Our position has not changed as a youth league.
Okay.
We are the youth league. We are not the government, but we are a pressure group inside our political party that calls on our government structures to do their jobs in a better way. So that was our job. We call on the Liberian National Police. We call on the international community, the one UN system. We call on the president to ensure that the lives of young Liberians should not be threatened as this country governance process unfolds. And we call on them to launch a full-scale investigation. We call on them to conduct an autopsy. You see that the autopsy is being conducted. You see that an investigation is being conducted. I'm told reports of the investigation have started to come out. And new revelations have started to unfold. New revelations. You need to follow me. You're the journalist. I'm not the journalist. No,
you making a claim here.
You make
new revelations.
Yeah,
so I'm asking you to go and follow up.
What did you gather surrounding that?
There are new revelations. Please go.
What are those revelations?
There are new revelations. I'm going to leave that to the journalists. The researchers.
The politicians always say things and say, "You the journalist.
You the journalist." Because it's your job to do the research. That thing is in the news.
If you don't want to talk about it, why mention it?
Look. I'm talking about this. I'm talking in passing. I'm leaving it what to you to do your job. That's just that. But I can tell you there are new revelations. So the investigation is going on. The autopsy, I'm told, was either commissioned 3 or 4 days ago, or either today. Something between the last 3 and 4 days. The autopsy was commissioned.
The autopsy was on yesterday.
Okay, I want to say between the last 3 and 4 days.
Moses funeral parlor.
The autopsy was conducted. So this means that the youth league is doing our job, and somebody somewhere is listening. So our position has not changed.
Your former youth league chair was tied into that. There were too many allegations surrounding his involvement.
Look.
With the death of the daughter of the former Chief Justice.
You see, let me tell you, we have a very scary opposition community. A very scary. Every little thing that happened, they're looking for somebody to lie on.
You think that was propagandistic?
They're looking for somebody to tie it to.
You think it was propagandistic?
Look, this is propaganda. Jefferson Koji is one of the most attacked young person in the entire country. Somebody somewhere looking into why you'll be later on. This is an attempt to finish him right now. But trust me, this man is not going down the drain. Right now, he's on international assignment. Somebody somewhere is either afraid of this, what is that going to become? Or they are afraid of his role.
Who could be that
the
person?
Political calculations that will make George Weah president in 2023.
Who could be that person?
Well, that person is nowhere else but in the opposition community. They are the ones basically running behind Jefferson Koji everywhere he goes. So somebody somewhere sitting in the opposition community is afraid of this guy. They're afraid of why he could be in the future. So they think that it's a strategy to bring it down right now. Let me tell you, the closest people to President Weah are the opposition's biggest targets. They think that you have to isolate the president. Once you get the president isolated, you carry into 2023. Look, isolating the president will not help him. This president will be investigated by the Liberian people on the back of his deliverables. So even if George Weah stands alone on the ballot alone, you can't let George Weah beat you. Simple statement. Yeah. Simple statement. George Weah is going to beat every opponent on the ballot because the deliverables are visible.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're listening to the Hard Talk. It's on ABC Radio 105.1. Our guest is the Secretary General of the Coalition for Democratic Change, Youth League, Hassan Newland. Hassan is drilling us through a series of issues. So let's go back a little bit. We're talking about the voter registration. Hassan did not in on that. I know he was very eager to talk about his political leader achievements and other things. But let's look at your role as a Youth League. What are you doing with respect to sensitizing first-time voters, particularly with the introduction of the biometric voter registration, which is very new in our country?
Yeah, which is very new and it's new and very critical. That is the reason why our first session.
In the first place, do you trust that?
I think the voter registration card I'm looking at is the validity is strong.
Okay.
The validity is strong, and I think the technology to produce that card may be slow, but I think it is effective. Over the coming weeks, it's going to even get better, and everything starts from somewhere. We can look. Even when we were moving the universal library registration process from manual on paper to we were digitizing it, people were criticizing it. When we were taking Monrovia City Street to say one way, people were criticizing it. When they were breaking the building down where the ministerial complex is to construct the ministerial complex, people were criticizing it. But leadership is not bread and butter. You need to take hard decisions. Coming back to the voter registration issue, well, I can assure you that we've been very involved with our first-time voters. All right. Our motorbike, the motorbike union for president re-election, all our auxiliaries under the CDC, the Youth League has been very busy with them. We can be in meetings up to 2, 3 in the morning, preparing our people. I can tell you that right now, our auxiliary structures, first-time voter structures, are located in different counties.
Okay.
They've traveled to different counties, different parts of Montserrat, to enlighten our people, to tell them what this process is about and why they should participate. They've even demonstrating placards as to how the voter cards will look like and what the steps you need to follow to get registered to vote. So our auxiliary structures are very on top of their game. They are moving to communities. The Youth League is very active. Apart from the auxiliary structure, our National Executive Committee. I'm here now, so I cannot be in the field. But the chairperson is in the field. He's going from district to district, communities to community. The other day, your sister radio station, Force of Liberia, covered the parade of the chairperson in different districts, sensitizing our people to go and get registered to vote.
Okay.
So this Youth League is very much involved. Yeah.
Before going to the phone lines, this final question. Just the other day, the CDC launched My CDC, My Voter, or My Vote Matters.
Yeah.
The registration campaign.
Yeah.
How is that campaign now? And
well, the campaign, from the launch of that campaign has taken a full swing. That's an initiative by the national.
With Chairman Molo, right?
Yeah, that's an initiative from the National Executive Committee of our party, supported by the National Executive Committee. So you will realize that every component of the party is involved in the voter registration exercise. So this is an initiative launched to encourage our people to go and get registered to vote. If you look at it from the nomenclature, it's a motivational nomenclature. My vote matters, motivating our people, explaining to them why this process is important and why they should get registered. Because without registration, without being in the possession of your voter registration card, you cannot perform your nationalistic duty of voting for your candidate on October 10th. Yeah.
0555-105-100 776-454955 are the numbers to call this afternoon and be live on the first segment of the Hard Talk on ABC Radio 105.1. Our guest on this segment is Hassan Newland. He's the Secretary General of the CDC Youth League Congress, or Youth League. Sorry. We've been talking about activities surrounding the Youth League and other issues as we gear towards the October election this year. So it is the time now to participate. Let's hear you on those numbers: 0555-105-100 776-454955, and you'll be live on the Hard Talk on ABC Radio 105.1. Hassan Newland is our guest.
So while we are waiting, calls, Hassan, let us also know. You've talked about one of the positive things, all of the goodies about President Weah government. Anyway, we have a call.
Let me interrupt you, Anthony, and take this caller. Caller, yeah.
Yeah, how you doing?
Good afternoon. Welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, this is J.R. from Brownsville.
Go ahead. You're live from Brownsville. I'm sure you've been
I'd
following
like
the
to tell my
conversation.
youth, Chairman, thank you. 2023, Josh, we are going back because I got my 14 card well with me.
All right. Thank you.
Well, okay. So 555-105-100. 555-105-100.
And 776-454955 and be live on the Hard Talk on ABC Radio 105.1. Anthony, you were in.
Yes,
so
Hassan, you talked about all of the goodies about President George Weah, what will make him to get re-elected. I don't know whether there is any life, there is any existence without a bit of negative, or maybe for lack of better words, without a bit of negative. What are some of those things that you think the government is challenged in, that you think the government has not achieved enough?
Well, what I see as a challenge to the government.
Hassan, let interrupt you and pick this person. Hello? 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 I don't know what is happening. Hello?
I'm getting you.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Who is calling you?
You say your name is?
Shabundo.
Okay, sir, go ahead. Where you call from?
I'm calling from Brownsville.
Go ahead.
Listen to the brother there, he spoke well. But my advice to him, let the person be felt in the countries. They can talk fine, Colorado. But you go like in Nimba, you go like Bon. I don't know how, whether they have that salary there, but we are in the interior, we can't get their vote. So they need, their person need to be felt in the bush too.
Okay.
People say they can't also the bush because the bush too goes from there. Let them go there too. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, my brother. Well, okay. Go ahead.
You were talking about the what I see as challenges or negatives, right?
What do you think the government failed in short?
No. You have to be
okay.
You have to choose between the
No, man, you can't do this to us.
Please
and
walk away from the radio. Don't spoil our guest ears, please. Well, the guy is not ready. Let's pick up another person. Another person is on the line already. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. What's your name? Where you call from?
Sarah Johnson. I joined this conversation from the office of the Republic.
Your line is breaking up. Just take one or two steps from where you are. We want to hear you clearly. In fact, the guests also want to hear you clearly.
My name is Sarah. Conversation from the office of the incoming president of the Republic of President Ambassador Joseph Nyamabuaka.
All right, go ahead, Cyrus.
I listened to the Congress in studio. He profound, and I want to stand from the applaud him. But Congress, what I want to say is that everybody has the right to support who they think they want to support.
Yes.
Are we talking to you, or are we calling on a platform? As an individual who supported the ruling establishment, but based on the performance and the physical performance of the ruling establishment, this is why I have to take my support from them.
Okay.
I'm not saying that President Weah who did that. I'm not saying that it's President Weah leadership. I want to defend the ruling establishment. But the issue is that you think it's necessary with the national government that through there are a lot of things going on, jobs entering the country, and we cannot see any punishment coming from the for them to yet press anyone who are then with any of the acts for them to go to last placing or for them to continue to you think that have the country so much so wrong if the people vote tell you for many years. That's why we are saying about come or to attend President, we are in the hope and seek. Thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you, my brother.
Thank you very kindly for your participation on the show. 055515100 776-454-955 are the numbers.
See, if you don't have a caller
on the show, go ahead.
By the way, I was trying to caution you on using the word fail or challenged. This government, you can use the word fail when you describe.
So we're holding you again. Hello.
Just hold on you.
Hello, how are you? How's the brother?
We okay? What's your name? Where you joining us from? Hello. Hello. Well, that person needs to move away from where they are.
Just take 1 or 2 steps from where you are.
Okay.
Just shift a little bit.
077-105-1000 Sorry, 055-105-1000 055-105-100 0776-454-955 0776-454-955 are the numbers. Called and form part of the conversation. Our guest is Hassan Yulen from the CDC. Let's hear from you. I'm sure another person. Well, okay. So, let him go ahead. Hassan, go ahead.
Yes. So there's a difference between the word failed and challenged. All right.
Find a better word for that.
Yeah, the word is actually this government has had areas where it has been challenged. All right, but let me go strictly to the issue of from the time we took over as a government in 2017. During the president's first state of the nation address, the president talked about bankruptcy.
Hold on, please. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
What's your name? Where you joining us from?
I'm Marty Joy calling from looking at Little Chopper.
Go ahead.
Yeah, then our
this line is your line. Hello.
Yeah,
your line is bad. Can you change your position a little bit?
Okay. Yeah, change my location.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to tell you that we already got our card. We already registered our card already.
Who you want to tell you already got your card? Who are you telling?
Okay.
All
right. Thank you.
Hassan is smiling.
And so I was talking about the usage of the word challenge and fail. To say fail,
Hassan, please.
Oh,
hello.
You imagine your lines are.
Hello, how are you?
Just hold on, Hassan.
We're fine. What's the name? Where you call from?
Yes, I want to thank you all platform and the discussion. I'm Bishop Adayapa, and speaking from the Capitol building in the office of the Speaker.
Go ahead, Bishop Yapa.
Okay, I want to say that with the help of God, we are looking at how we have done. We should experience of the president.
You said?
The second term of the president, the Excellency, Dr. George Mann. Or when you try to evaluate somebody, you look at what you are giving that person in the time frame. Then you evaluate the person to find out whether he's doing something good or bad. Okay, like the president had, as compared to the leadership of Madam Shelley, the president had legal resources to operate within the space of 6 years. Now we are just 5 years. So when you look at what he had done, the amount given him as compared to the huge sum of money that some of us have said is funny. We should know that this leadership has done well. We should put the leadership in for the second time. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We're not taking any more calls for today.
So you can see the president has failed. There are areas of being challenged, and with the issue of our challenges, you don't want to blame our challenges on the government. The government is inheriting challenges from our past system. This president spoke about bankruptcy of the country.
Even though
when we're taking the power, we talk about the economy being into free fall. The economy of the country was into free fall into presidency when we took over this country. We have a more stable economy than we ever had, probably in the entire in second term.
That could be another argument.
We have a more stable economy. We have the entire second term, the inflation rate was in double figures. We are in single figures. We have a stable economy. Look, you talk about no money in the bank. The president printed money. We are returned to coins in the economy. We have money in the bank. People go there to withdraw their money. There are areas where challenges are there for years. Our salaries are current. We are a better government in 2019. The Liberian people will rate this presidency on the back of deliverables. So we are not a failed governance system. We are a system that is challenged. And trust me, there will be no government of Gambia that will not be challenged. In a country like this, where there are issues with roads, there are issues with schools, there are issues with hospitals, there are issues with the connection of internet system, there are issues with the banking system across the country, you will always have challenges. But are we a governance system that is prepared to confront the challenges and mitigate in a way our people can have a better living condition? Yes. Is this president committed to building a country where every Liberian can live peacefully, grow, and prosper? Yes. So the unity government, the proper governance system has had deliverables that we can pick our argument on and take ourselves to a resounding victory in 2023.
Okay,
that's the story.
Finally,
I'd like to use this time to call on the people of Liberia, to call my fellow citizens. I'm a CDC man. Seditions and seditious to gather in their numbers at VR sites. Obtain your voter registration cards. Until let me say on the voter registration line, I had to start running, come here to kind of appear on the top. I'm going right back. At YMCA to obtain my voter registration card. And every well-meaning Liberian should obtain their voter registration card and participate in the process.
Did you do the personal?
I didn't do any of that. Going straight there, all the processes being conducted.
But you can do on your phone.
I can do it.
Just take the phone there.
I don't think I have perfect computer skills, so I want to rely on.
You can do that on your phone.
I want to rely on the capacity of net registrars. They will do their job. But I can tell you, every Liberian, journalist, doctors, nurses, engineers,
don't be doing journalists. Be looking at
journalists, doctors, engineers, teachers, soldiers. Go and gather your voter registration card. Participate in the 2023 or 2010 process. Our country is on a trajectory, or upward trajectory. We have to maintain the development drive that is ongoing, and that maintenance will rely on maintaining the presidency of President George Manuel.
Okay.
Hassan, thank you ever so much for being our guest. Man, we hope that you will come back another time.
I'll always come.
Okay.
When they give they change their mind. What kind of people they say? They are freedom fighters. What kind of people they say? They are freedom fighters. Freedom fighter, you raping our women. They are freedom fighters. Freedom fighter, you killing our children. They are freedom fighters. Freedom fighter, you destroying our country. They are freedom fighters.
It's a minute up until 5 o'clock. In fact, it's already 5 o'clock. His name is Cesar Gato. He's having fun on the lyrics. Will continue to live on. And this is the Freedom Fighter song. A song that I love so very dearly. Anthony, I'm sure you love this song as well.
Certainly, do I love that. Freedom Fighter. Yeah, that's a very good song.
They said they were coming to Liberia. When they gained their ground, they started to kill us.
That's another story.
They started to rip our women, take away our belongings and all like that. And so, what kind of people were they? Or me?
And some say they were freedom fighters. I don't know who are they.
All right, let's take a few bars of this song.
But let's make the public to know that our next guest is representative aspiring of District 16, Honorable Achi Sanon. He's out already.
Yeah, Mr. Sanon, this man has been behind this thing here for years now.
Yes.
In fact, since 2005.
Yes.
Up to present. 2017, he tried again, right?
Yeah, 2017. He tried.
He did not make it. This time around, he wants to continue. We hope it's going to go well, but that district is...
It's just to make you know, Mr. Sanon, got to be well known from his high level of advocacy. In Liberia. He was among those under the regime of President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf that went to jail several times. He was also among those who went to Turkey when Liberians were allegedly maltreated in Turkey. He was there.
He's been a strong advocate,
of course,
for social justice and all like that. Well, let's take a few bars of this theme song. Sorry, not a theme song. This song here by Cesar Gator. And then we'll usher in our guest very shortly. This is the Hard Talk on ABC Radio 105.1.
I'm a freedom fighter. I'm a freedom fighter. I'm a freedom fighter. I'm a freedom I'm a freedom fighter. I'm a freedom fighter. I'm a freedom fighter. I'm a freedom I'm a freedom fighter. I'm a freedom fighter. I'm a freedom fighter. I'm a freedom
The Freedom Factor song here by Mr. Gator from ABC Radio 105.1. We are the official phone of Atlantic Broadcasting Corporation. We are transmitting live and direct from the corner of Brown Buchanan Streets, downtown Monroe. Our guest is already here. He's a man who was invited on the second and final lap of the show. He's Achi Asano. It's been a while. Good to see you, Asano. How are you today?
Thank you very much, Yo. Thank you for the invitation. I'm grateful to God. At least I'm okay. I'm not ill. So I can't say anything much to say that I'm not okay. God gave me health and health, which is more expensive than any other thing. So I have to appreciate Him.
Yeah, the greatest of all things is life. Yeah. I haven't seen a long while. Good to see you today, man.
Well, I'm here. Try to do some positive things. Maybe if you follow the media, I've been doing something good despite the circumstances in the country, especially one who has not been a favorite presence of almost 3 regimes consistently. on ground. What I want to see and what I fought for is not what I'm seeing. However, this country always champion the agenda of the country and what the late John F. Kennedy said. Ask not what your country can do for you, or you can do for your country. History evidence by what I've done. That you did mention Nisha that went to Turkey, spoke on behalf of 4 Liberians that were shot. They wanted to have amputated Roger, engaged in talking government, came back to Liberia, engagement and self administration. She saw reason, sent delegation, negotiated diplomatically to have affecting these people to medical center. Thank God now, other than well, nobody put a hand in my pocket, and if some Turkish people may mention that they were so proud and astonished to see a Liberian who took his personal money. Why there is news all around the country that public officials always stealing public resources, taxpayer money. Why this man taking his personal money to spend it on his country? That is the difference to me and fellow Liberians because I love my country. I will always continue to be a patriot. I pay my commitment to this country and I'll always.
Okay, Mr. Salam, to start up this conversation, let me ask you this. Are you still interested in the HPC?
Where
are you thinking of contesting this year?
Initially anticipated not to contest, but the citizens saw something in me and they came back, they're bidding to me to contest that I made a mistake. Evidence by my work and evidence by the work of the president's lawmaker. So I try to have tete-a-tete with them, and I see question. Even though you came back to me that you want me to participate in the process, what precipitate to have done this? What have you seen? What were the reasons for which you did not elect me at the time? And they were bold. They mentioned that it was a mistake, and this time they are ready to correct mistakes. And I told them why.
They told you that?
Yeah, it left with you. However, you announced in the radio
So it was a mistake
you
have elected
the current lawmaker, so they wouldn't not to correct that mistakes. I said, well, it's good for you. And I made mention to them that look, the Taylor administration went to jail, the Salif administration went to jail. The Weir administration are being strangulated, but one day I've not gone to anybody's house to beg them for beg of water. Well, if you are not dancing and wanting down with a system, it's obvious that you always be strangulated. So I'm only telling you that 3 regimes concomitantly led this country without
I still don't get it, Mr.
government
Sano.
participation, and I'm still surviving.
I still don't get it. How are you strangulated?
In many ways, more government would not want a young man to be seen that he's not willing to cooperate with the system. So they want you to challenge you to bow down to submission or to submit. And if you continue to be adamant on the basis of your stand, and when it comes to the issue of principles, they will try to persecute you, strangulate you with the hope and anticipation that you will have one press conference because of government job.
But the CDC is your former party, though.
Yeah,
you were a member of the CDC.
Well,
you were a bona fide member of the
CDC. And
why would they want to strangulate you?
I told you in the sense that every leader wants everybody to submit. Every leader wants for everybody to submit, especially where you are participated in an institutions and due to some ingratitude and on the basis of your principles and love for country, you decided to take the back seat and watch, despite maybe a lot of proposals and recommendations for the good of the country. But nobody in the driving seat, we want for somebody to sit what they are supported and they be seen that yes, they may have, they say you got behind. So they will, and the perception in Liberia here is that the government is an area where everybody get rich. That's the perception. Because you find out that people have not been critiqued, accountability has not been fully enforced. So at the end result, you see someone who has now bought bicycle tire prior to his or a senator to public position will have 15 cars, 20 houses.
We'll come to that, Mr. Sanam.
So if you see someone in a strong-related economy where the public sector or the government almost control everything, and one man who sadly say, no, I cannot bow down to this, they take you as a deviant.
Okay, so we'll come to that.
However, let me make some correction here.
Let's
Let me make that correction for you. You may mention that since 2005 I started contesting. No, as my fight contestation in this country when it comes to 2017, a representative post for 2017.
Okay, thank you for that correction. Thank you. All right, let's begin this conversation surrounding your representative bid in District 16. Like you mentioned, you started off in 2017. Again, according to you, some group of people went to you and said, I mean, there was a mistake on their part by electing Mr. Dixon Sibu, who now heads District 16. And so they want you to muster the courage once again to be a part of the process. Let's know from you in a few minutes, why are you best suited to head District 16?
The first thing I told people, a level I alone, the government or even the citizen, there should be a standard to be able to participate into public offices or elected position. The reasons for which you have seen people from even the backyard, all coming, I want to contest, is because the perception of the citizen here is that when you get money, you can be a leader. That's a wrong notion. Okay. It's not everyone who has money can be a leader. So many of our citizens see leadership as a means of somebody who has money and share. And I think we should erase that notion. We should see people as leaders on the basis of the content of their character, their legacy, their patriotism, their capacity to lead. I think these are basic principles we should be able to put on the table as standard for to elect people. If we have these basic standards, not everybody will just come up. I want to be representative. I want to be senator. I want to be president. What have you done? What is your contribution towards society? What has been the sacrifices? Have you been a volunteer for country before? In fact, per my assessment, nobody wants to volunteer for this country. Anything somebody does, how much you get for me? For you to go register, I'm gonna buy what? I'm gonna cook food for you. Does it make any sense? If I did that, and if and only if I knew to myself for the weather, I'm going to represent you without taking bribe, without compromising the country interest, why should I buy you food in order to go register? Why should I put you on the truck and pay you for you to go register and vote when civic responsibility provides that?
So in short, you are saying to us that because you made some sacrifices,
not just
so the people should entrust with the district, right? And you claim that people should be elected on their own capacity.
How long have you been in India? The first thing, the sacrifices. There are some people who pretend as they are making sacrifices, but the intention is to rob the country. If you follow my record, 1998, 99, I was imprisoned by SOD only because I challenged SOD on the basis of wasting people market in Douala. That it was wrong. That this was police brutality. For the fact that you stood for a cause, talk for your people. History tells that most of the people who stood tall against ill in society, bad governance, corruption, human rights abuses, who refused to take bribe, who stood tall, became the best leader in the country. If you saw the issue of Mandela, Martin Luther King, what he stood for, Thomas Sankara of Burkina Faso, because leaders are not those who should be placed in public position or elected in public position to squander public resources.
Who are those? Actually, who are those?
I'm not interested. We should be able to intellectualize the discussion.
In doing so, Achi is going for a seat in District 16. Achi has just told us that the people of District 16 called him of recent, told him that the election of the current representative and not electing him Achi was a mistake. They've ready to elect him to correct their mistake.
The first thing here is that I told you, if you want us to come down to the lawmaker in this, in the first thing I will ask, on what ground he voted, what was the legacy for which he was voted for?
So that question should have been for them.
Yeah. Okay, but go ask them. Maybe someone will call. But don't make competitive and comparative analysis on the basis of his election, because there should be reasons for which somebody be elected when it comes to characteristics of leadership.
What do you think?
Okay, what could be the stepping stone when it comes to the characteristics of leadership, he being elected for the post to be labor? What has he done for the district? What has he done for the country generally? What is the sacrifices to the state? Or contribution? These are things. Western and other African politics, like the great analysis, oh, this man was a general, rescue American soldier. He went on a mission and he rescued American citizens. He stood for the country. He protected the state. The nation fled. On the basis of patriotism, we can have him elected. South Africa will say, Mandela stood for South Africa 27 years in jail. And under no condition, South Africans will have left Nelson Mandela to have voted for any other candidate that were contesting for the presidency in South Africa. When Mandela was in jail, not that he was not offered. He was offered on many occasions. His family could live a better life, make money, ride the best of cars. But he said, no, my people. So on that ground, he has a legacy. There was a point or reason for he to be elected with the anticipation that, look, if they necessary for this country 27 years, want to give for gold luxury, if we gave him power, I think he can build this country, he can set the agenda, he can prepare a future for generation upon generation.
In the context of Achi Sano in 2016.
Okay, let's go there. Thank you. Achi Sano wrote President Sali 2017 on the issue of the sea erosion. And President Sali consented. 3 meetings. The last one, she said that okay, we are able to secure funding from UNDP on the basis of the complication. You send the complication in a car now, you want it. But my administration was above to expire. Therefore, when the new administration takes this, the funding will be utilized to take care of the coastal defense force. Mr. Sanon and his friends organized a coalition in 2013 and asked specifically through my intellect or my ingenuity propose a petroleum regulatory authority to my colleagues and were placed in our recommendation. Go 18th Street without being the national legislature. We challenged Madam Sally and they were passed 2014. Now the NPRA proposed that 10% go to government, 5% local content. That is oil is fine in commercial quantity. That money will be utilized for citizen participation. You can take money as a loan. Your kids to school. You can do business because you can go to the university around on the lower or free interest rate. That was not done for my pa and my children. It was done for Liberia.
So in short,
we proposed also
advocacy.
when I personally was offered $250,000 that I was very difficult to deal with. We said that the railroad should not be erected from bombing all the way to Douala, Point 4 to Freeport on Monrovia. There's a need for us to decentralize this because when you erect a railroad, it will serve as a risk for kids that are going to school. And when you build a port will create jobs for citizens. It will serve as a revenue source. If even the iron ore is to be depleted in the future, you will still have a port to generate revenue. When they talk about leadership, it's vision, it's your mission, it's your ability to critique or to think to predict the future for generation to benefit. So at least that's a legacy. I refuse 250,000. I'm not taking that packet A, start buying voter cards. But what does it benefit me? It tells you I love my country than loving wealth, illegal wealth acquisition.
When you put 250,000 in your pocket and your people suffer.
That was some people are doing now.
Archie Salon is our guest. We're talking
District 16
District
politics.
16 and other national
Also,
politics yet on the house.
Another one is again. When I saw the need 2016, I brought mattresses to redemption.
Okay.
When people used to lie down on the floor, I spent over 5,000 United States dollars. Not just about mattresses, you talk about leather mattresses up to international standard.
How many pieces were that?
36 pieces. Redemption are giving between 15 to 25, and other clinics and hospitals also in the district provided.
Where did you get them from? Where did you get them
from? Where from my labor. I got it from my hard labor.
Okay.
When you work, your income and that income and youth fund resources to purchase them, that's all they need. And if I have a photo from the Bannon in the district, it causes a lot of trouble. When people used to lie down on the floor to take a drink, some of them lying in the chair. And when I brought the mattresses, donated it, put it placed on the Bannon. And when people see these things, those who have vision, those who are rational and reasonable, the analysis now is that the man is not working with government. If he can do this, it will give him the opportunity to serve. He can do better than this. So you see that? So we did not do these things because of power. I would have taken job from Madam Sally. I was the one that challenged Rawa Sally on the issue of the 10.5 million social corporate responsibility when I talking to the election commission not to protect the central race. Rawa called upon me to meet with me and refuse. He offered jobs, he offered car, he offered scholarship. But if I accepted all of these things, is personal benefit. I am not looking at personal benefit. I'm looking at national benefit. But the perception in this country And our leaders who have been given power, many of them, exception is just personal benefit, not national benefit. This is why you see the gargantuan lower corruption in the country. And people are suffering, few people enjoying, some people going to Paris for wedding, London, some people washing a car with champagne, while the people are living in destitution. That is now a good sign of leadership. The first thing, have empathy for your people. Share with them. Create an opportunity. Create jobs. All of these things you are doing is all about vanity. Vanity. The legacy. Will count on. Do better for your country. Not to steal from your country. That is the principles I want to be bringing in national leadership. And I'm maintaining that legacy. I'm not going to, nothing going to change. For few dollars, I have my character over 30, 40 years. I will maintain that. And God knows this country, and I will continue to do better for the country.
How do you think Mr. Dixon feel over the years?
Well, I cannot be the one to say he feel or he did not feel, but for the fact that citizens that in the district sector representative for all, they have come to the realization. The first thing I asked them that you said the mayor has failed. He voted
what do you think
I come in my brother. What did you see that motivated the elected mayor? Many of them say because Joe we are putting here. Other people say because but you know is our king's mayor. Thought that he could better. Well, I told them, I said, let me tell you one thing. Party cannot reduce its policy that are being crafted with sincerity, leadership to help to reduce poverty. Tribe cannot reduce poverty. Huh? Okay. Individual that has the ability, who is a patriot, who has principles, who is afraid of public resources to be stolen, name to stand and fight for you. Craft policy that intended to better your life. Party will never do that. Tribe will never do that. Religion will never do that. So it is always good to vote people on the basis of the content of their character, not on the basis of the color of their skin or their tribe, their religion, or their party.
Mr. Salon, what are your chances in the October 10th?
Now, my chance is the chances of the people. Any government getting the power, I swear to God, and by place, I will never let any president vote or stand up. By God's grace, I would never.
So, what are your chances of winning the election?
The chances are great because the people have seen reason. It's about rescuing them. If you look on my flyers, you say, join the team. It is a time for redemption.
Looking around in District 16, in the political sphere of 16, who do you think are your contenders in this election?
They are all my contenders. They are all competitors.
Who do you fear most?
I don't afraid of anything. In the country, I never afraid of president. My brother, this thing, come on. No, come this way. In this country, I will never afraid of Chatila. Nalo Manam Sali, no Mr. Yeah. Then I respect people.
So
I only afraid of God.
Because going to the polls, going to the election.
The issue about fear, erase fear, fight.
Going to the election.
My man, listen to me.
Yes,
I want to jail twice in this country. They damaged my car. They almost killed me. They ran me out of here. And I still in this country.
So, Mr. Stalon, going to the election on October 10th, you have had, according to you, you have had the overwhelming support of the people of District 16, which means that you are going to win that election on October 10th. Therefore, that from your statement, therefore that, as you said it, if you have to win the election, who do you see as your second placer?
Well, I cannot, I'm not how you call soothsayer to determine, because you see, the electors are people who you cannot really underestimate or determine what they're going to do to say my second.
The second place or somebody
I
who you
can't
think
really
will come second
determine
to you.
that.
So let's look around in District 16.
Yeah.
What have you done?
What I have done?
Yes, for the people of District
What can
16.
you point to? What are those
But
tangibles?
I think
From 2017.
okay. You want me to?
up to
No,
now?
you talk
You
about
want me to read?
No,
No, you talk about advocacies.
going.
No, but not only advocacy. I made mention I brought market to redemption.
Okay.
When people used to lie down on the floor.
Okay.
I helped to build market, right? Go to play. When the citizens decided to erect a market, help or help and put it there. Go to Dry Market. I renovated that market in 2016.
Dry Market.
St. Paul's Bridge.
Okay.
You go to on the bridge that there, or there is fine on the basis of my income. I build it. Children used to walk in the water. You go beyond Kui, also they call it, hey, I was the first to have done that. When you also go to Douala Market, I brought in a generator.
Looking at tangibles, do you think you have more tangibles than the current lawmaker?
My brother.
I mean, you started off in 2017.
No one has in that district prior to them being elected. They will tell you, say, government, under the administration, government erected something, but individual tangibles prior to election without government taxes being utilized to do that. Nobody has that record. I do.
Going around in the district, maybe taking on your own initiative in the interest of the people. Among all of those who are also in the race with you, who have you seen so also maybe trying to get
But
out
what
some
I
things?
no, you see me, anything I do, it has nothing to do with my benefit. Actually, a person who has global ideas. I don't just think domestically. But we in Liberia, we don't do things in line with best practice. That's what one guy told me, say, Mr. Sana, you are too good for African politics, good for Western politics. I'll take for example. People went and register and bought their cars to me, Mr. Sana, when you keep the card, you know what I told them? What is the essence of me keeping the card? If you have kept the card, time for election, you go vote. What guarantee do I have he's still going to vote for me? You see that? So it doesn't make any sense. Why should I deceive myself? And that is the hard truth. And the fact that I start holding, keeping it, you need to have different intentions. We need to so desperate for the position where I can supply. That's why people are killing people, cheering on ritual purposes because man is a government job. They can't do anything. So why should I deceive myself? You don't do some analysis logically. You know, that's why I say me. I think globally. I don't get things.
I hold a card to election day. I agree with you.
I vote 2,000, 5,000 cards. Election day, everybody can get a card.
Unfortunately for you, we give you not the
possibility that guarantee that in a variable they will vote for me.
No, maybe they will take you because you keep it.
But if there is guarantee they will vote for me, why did they get the card on election day?
You go
vote. Say vote for me.
So maybe because
maybe they don't want to miss it.
They say they mail my story.
And you see people putting people on buses, carrying them paint and fucking. That's what I told them. He put let's say 6,000 person on the bus. He gave them $20. They go to vote for you. Then I told them that. Do you think where the person took that money from? You know, I like to say with the people. Actually, most of us in Liberia have low IQ. So sometimes, and some of these things attributed to us education. So our people also need education. Look, I can set them down a day. Now put them down and say, look, if I give you $25, we multiply 5,000, I win the election. I don't have machine to make money because even countries, Western countries that have machine to print money, they don't print money because they got machine. They print money on the basis of GDP ratio. Because the scale, when you print more money without the capacity of the level of GDP, it creates inflation. So even those who have machine to print money, they don't get print money because the more money you print without backing it to common paper. I say, do I have machine to print money? If you have machine to print money, do you think the machine will not spoil? Okay, when I pay all the money and when I go to the legislature, do you think I will look at you? The first thing, if I don't have that money, I will go to the bank. If I took that money from the bank will charge me interest rate. When I will finish pay that money with the interest, myself, I'm thinking about myself before I think about you.
Before you start thinking about
Let me
that.
ask you this
I
question.
come in. Let's solve Liberia problem because these are Liberia problems. More often the politicians don't come to solve problems. They come and deceive the public, and these are Liberia problems. And I've been on, you know what? Why I'm telling you these things, it's a clear indication that I'm not desperate for the public position for myself.
So let me ask you again.
I come in. So if I took that money and I buy all of you people, then I win. What you expect? Where do I going to take money from? After paying, then I come to you. I say, these are the reasons people say, oh, no, we're going to get that for what happened. For one vote, the member buy your baby dapper. You must feed your wife. You must feed your children. You say, must take you to hospital.
Politics is cost intensive, though.
But let's look at the reality. Then you make the people to rob the country. Do not make the people to rob the country. Let's be rational. Let's be rational. And these are Liberia problems.
Okay.
You know, not because I sit here and the perception that and that's a mindset that any man want to be representative, then he bring the money. Those are bringing the money. The government printed 48 billion, far below the country GDP. Okay, as compared to 2016, 2015, 2012, 2005, when we have a quantum of money between 16 to 17 billion when OME were here. You have OME pump in 500 million, USAID 750 million, almost more than $500 million being infused. These institutions no longer here to mitigate the inflation.
I want us to get to something else. I want us to get to something else.
But we printed 48 billion and they take 100,000 in Liberia, 15.
Let's zero in on district politics.
To a lawmaker.
Okay.
And now money going to be infused in the economy because they want to buy a voter card, they want to influence decisions. At the end of the day, what it does, it creates inflation.
Let's zero
and when
in on
inflation
district
increases,
politics.
what it does, prices go up. They are not looking at some of these factors because economy says there is no free lunch. The money they printed, they brought to you, they gave to you to have them voted for. In return, you'll be buying high prices.
Okay.
And we don't look at all of these things.
I want us to zero in on district
and
politics.
And we all
and transition
should be able to solve Liberia problem.
Okay, great. So let's zero in on district politics. I asked you a question before, and in my mind, that question was not answered. You know, let me repeat the question, and I want you to just speak to it, please. Are you there?
Okay. My ears are open.
Okay, Mr. Sano. What do you think, or where do you think the current district lawmaker fail? What do you think are his lapses? The man you want to unseat. What do you think he should not be re-elected? I want you to answer that question, please.
My brother, I don't want you to limit this.
No, I mean you want to be you want to be the next representative.
The first thing,
of
if I'm making
16.
some analysis,
so let's know why you think this man should not be re-elected. Why you think this man don't deserve to have a re-election?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I will answer your question on the basis of his own career. He says he's a financial expert, chairman on banking and currency. He is on the committee of budget. Okay. He sat down, they printed money, no 5, no 10, no 20, that created artificial inflation. We attributed towards citizens suffering. When you get in Keke, for $30 this time, if you gave $100, they give you $50. When you ask them, it should be $7, they say no change. When as a financial expert, should I be the one to advise the government or the central bank under no condition in the country with print money in one or only two denominations. We will have varieties of prices when it comes to goods and services.
Mr. Sano, you've not answered my question.
I answered one of your questions.
Okay, let's leave that.
Okay, so
number two.
So he failed he feel as a
financial expert who dare to
sat there
protect
and
the
allow
Liberian citizens.
Okay.
He sat down there, they printed money.
And they approved the print of the money.
Yeah, but he is a chairman of banking because when all your committee should be able to advise for the benefit of the state.
Okay.
Huh? He also a financial expert, member of the budget. When the finance minister announced the same year that they have surplus of 10 million, the president went to the legislature and announced 7 million brought forward on another 10 million in the next budget year. But at the end of the day, when they audited a raw fund, finance minister said that it was a raw fund that he used to pay salary. When the salary is the component in the budget that has to do with administrative costs when it comes to expenditure component. What was the position?
Okay.
You need to tell me.
No,
How will you tell me
that
talking, you have surplus, the budget will pass, it did not announce deficit?
No, you're talking.
Or shortfall, the budget will approve, you do expenditure, restricted row fund that intended for different purpose. At the end of when they audited the row fund, you came by and say it was the money that being used to pay salary. How come? What sense does it mean when you declare surplus, you cannot pay salary? As a financial expert, you should be able to question the finance minister when it comes to check and balancing in the national legislature.
So you feel in that direction?
Of course.
Okay. Besides that, any other thing besides that?
Of course. You want to come back again with a question? I'm willing to respond.
No, besides that, any other thing?
Another one again, he was being recorded.
Okay.
That he fought for 7.5 million to come and more equally in the legislature, so he should have a bigger share. When he should have been advocating for beach worker money to play in the beach and waterways, for them to get paid, because that's the only means for the survival. Because without job, you won't have income. Without income, you won't have purchasing power. You should also be fighting all that money that there was a need for what to complete the sea erosion project. But discussing the issue how to share country money when the taxpayer money does not belong to him.
So you think he's not trusted?
But do you think can anyone be trusted who want to eat taxpayer money?
Okay. Let's transition to something else. You started this debate. You were one of those persons who were seriously opposed to the pension bills for lawmakers. Do you still maintain that?
My brother, before you get pension, your salary should be remitted to a NASCO. They're making salary. So let's assume that, let me say, what I'm saying. The resources belong to all of us are Liberian. Public position is a privileged position, is not a right. What happened to Akisano, who has stood for this country, pay taxes, who does not have job? What provision government put into place that tomorrow when I retire, I will get something? Because I'm a citizen as well. What happened to Martine? Eh? What happened to Mama Sumo? What happened to Ma Tape? Eh? Or Ma Bon, you know? You have civil servants whose salaries are being remitted to NASCO. Many of them retire. I went in a community, one woman told me about one, if she worked with an entity. Hey man, from my recollection, the woman said, my son, 25 years I work, I can't get my pension benefit. Hey man, which the community I went to? One community, which are the entity? I don't know, fire service or NTA, one of the entity. Up to now, she can't get a severance benefit as old as she is. Lawmakers are making money. Not just money. If even they were not compromising the country interest, but all of them compromise the country interest. In fact, now when you try to set standard in the legislature, then it means that you are committed crime. In that everybody should dance with the wind, corrupt the system, compromise concession, deny the citizens of job opportunity. It means that they are the only citizens of this country. How will you pass a pension bill without remitting any money to NASCO? I can support the pension bill if they were serving as volunteer. Are they volunteer? Are they not getting paid? They are getting paid. So the best thing you can do in proposing a pension law for them, they will say every month they must remit $1,000 to NASCO. 1,000 because they can't impinge them. So they will say for 6 years, that was. So 1,000 times 6 years, you talk about 1,000 times 1 year, you talk about 12,000 times 6, you talk about 72,000. If anyone serves for 12 years, you talk about 72, 7 plus 7 are 40, 140, 140 something, yeah? Okay. So that's a good amount of money. For those who serve, if they were remitting $1,000 to NASCO, you see, so 72,000 times 2, you talk about $44,000, those who serve for 12 years. That's a good money. Let's assume that you can say, okay, we can make some adjustment. Although the 144,000, government can make it up to 150 or 200,000.
So you think that should not happen because they are currently taking salaries?
No,
right?
but you are taking salary. You know, people go to school and at the end of the day, because of corruption, they divert from the education and do different things because they say they're in Liberia. Every government official salary, portion of their salary should be cut and sent to NASCO for retirement.
Okay.
That should be part of 400K.
Okay.
You can't just take, we pay you through. So let's assume that, let's make analysis because me, I always like to protect the country. Let's assume that every year you remove 70 law, we call it 103. Every year you remove 100. Every 6 years you remove 100. So 6 years, 12 years, let's say in 24 years, 100 every 6 years, 100, 100, 100. You know how much money the country will be spending? Do you think are we going to get money for hospital? Are we going to get money for road? Are we going to get money for electricity? Are we going to get money for education? Why we can't think? Why we can't think? How about you who are now working for the government? What happens to you? So the resources of this country does not belong to you as well. They say there should be equitable distribution of natural resources. What is the benefit if you don't have a job? So because you let a man who stole Psalm 66 concession, compromise all the country money, printed 48 billion, they took their share, you pay them, here's some more money, you get them gas lit, every 3 years you get them car. When you should do, how you call it, depreciation on car for every 6 years. Because the both value between 8 to 10 years. I have used my car, old car, it was 10 years old when I bought it. I have used it for 6 years now. Used car. So what happens if you give me a brand new car? Why we can't depreciate the car and dispose it after 6 years? They will be saving millions of dollars. We put that in healthcare, education, road, and other activities. Even poverty community, what can we do to solve poverty issue? What can we do to help the issue of drugs? Okay. Because John F. Kennedy also said that if a free society cannot save the vast majority that live in poverty, we not save those who are living in riches or wealth. That's why you see overnight Zoko coming to your door. When they see iPhone, they take Caesar, they starve you, they take it away. Because they believe that the iPhone you have is part of their share of the public resources.
So you think the lawmakers don't deserve what they pass?
My brother, rationally, let's go to school and talk about pension. If you don't remit some of your salary, how can you get pension? Let's be real, man. Let's be honest to our people.
So you want remit?
That would be fair to this country.
Okay.
I could be supporting it because I want to. You say, "Man, go to the legislature." There's possibility that I can go there, but it's unfair. It is not right.
We want to take some
if
calls,
we want to put it there, then they will pay to NASCO. At least you can pay 1,000. When you retire, government can make some adjustment. Okay, they say all of the money he have made, they will add 10%, 20%, and all of these.
We don't have the luxury of time.
But you can be stealing from the Liberian people. There is an act of robbery, and nowhere many citizens, a patriot, can support this kind of evil act.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Sanon.
This is still representing aspiring Achi Sanon.
Your final question, then we'll take some calls quickly.
My final question or your final question? Because I don't have to.
So let's.
No, I said my final question to you.
Okay,
the final question.
Yeah.
We want to take some calls. So let me ask you this final question, Mr. Sano. What kind of lawmaker do you want to be, or will you be?
I want to be a lawmaker that when the budget comes, we make some appropriation. When the budget is passed, at the end of the year, there should be performance reports. I want to be a lawmaker that when the public works minister comes here, they say the government proposed 50 million for road project. Then I will ask the public minister, Mr. Minister, Madam Minister, how many mile road? How many places are you going to build a mile road? They say, okay, we'll build 25 kilometers or 40 kilometers. It will take from Broad Street all the way to Bommy or Clay. Fine. The mile Alpha Road, oh yes. Okay, fine. That is because each mile road per standard internationally more cost $1 million. $1 million, and that mile road are worth $1 million. The standard of that road must last for 35 to 40 years. You see Babagila Road, okay, fine. Beside that way again, oh, we're building another one from Ganta to Grand Gide. Oh yes, we put it there. At the end of the budget year, I must see the performance report that the road was completed from Broad Street to Bommy or Clay, from Ganta to Grand Gide.
Okay.
And we'll carry engineer to make sure that that road met the $1 million.
Let's take few calls. We don't have time.
We
don't have time.
If the road is not completed, then we'll say, okay, what a banner funding that was remitted to public works account? You should be able to bring that banner funding.
So that's the kind of lawmaker you want to be.
Kind of lawmaker I want
okay, thank you, Mr. Sano. Let's hold you there and take just few calls. We don't have much time. We have 7 more minutes left on the show, and we have to close up. And so 05515 776454955 are the numbers, and be live on.
And if you're calling,
the
please
segment.
Be in a better position. Lower your radio and call.
We just want
us.
to take almost 2, 3, 4 calls, and you can respond and close up, and then we'll call it a day.
0555, sorry, 555 105 100 0555 105 100. Those are you following us from outside. You can call us on +231 776 384 0776. Another person is already on the line. Hello. Hello. What's your name? Where you joining us from?
I just picked up from man. Calling from the borough of New Down Station number 6.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to say hello to